My name was Chloe Winters. I was the eldest daughter of the Wintons family in Haven City, the failure everyone knew. That day, I was kidnapped. The kidnappers wanted my family to choose between me and my illegitimate half-sister. In an abandoned factory on the South Roads, my hands were tied behind my back. I knelt on the cold concrete. Bruises covered my face, and blood trickled from the corner of my mouth. Opposite me stood my father, my 3 brothers, and the man I had loved for over a decade, Lucas Collins. The kidnapper leader stomped his foot on my shoulder.
You can only save one. Choose! I choose Sienna.
I choose Sienna too. I choose Sienna. Let Sienna go. You can do whatever you want with Chloe.
My 3 brothers, not one of them hesitated. Their voices were as synchronized as if they had rehearsed. I placed my last hope on Lucas Collins, the man I had once given my blood to save.
I only want Sienna. As for this woman, do whatever you want with her. I don't care.
At that moment, my heart died. The pain was like being crushed by a boulder. I screamed and lunged toward the wall behind me. I didn't want to live anymore. The kidnapper leader grabbed my hair and yanked me back. A burning slap landed on my face, and I blacked out. In my coma, the 4 years of lost memories came flooding back like a tsunami. Human trafficking, the Mafia godfather, the life and death combat on the training ground. I remembered it all. I was the goddaughter of the Mafia godfather, the sole survivor who had fought through countless heirs. The young mistress of the Mafia, the next successor. The old Chloe was dead. What returned then was the queen of the underhell. My eyes snapped open. Gone was any trace of weakness. In its place was the cold, sharp clarity, forged only on the battlefield. The kidnappers were leering, tearing at my clothes.
Good. You're awake. More fun when you're conscious.
Their filthy fingers were about to touch my skin. I didn't give them the chance. My bound body flipped up like a striking snake. My legs swept through the air. 2 kidnappers were kicked flying, slamming into the corrugated iron wall with a dull boom.
You!
Before he could react, my arms wrapped around his neck. I pivoted and twisted with force. Crack, the crisp sound of snapping bone. The kidnapper leader's neck twisted at an impossible angle. His body went limp and collapsed. I shook my numb wrists. A cold smile curled on my lips. I looked at my blooded hands. That was the real me. The weak, bullied daughter of the Winters family was dead. What returned was the queen of the underworld, the name that had made the entire international underworld tremble. After Lucas and the 3 brothers had just escorted Sienna to a safe area, they saw me take down all the kidnappers by myself. Their expressions looked as if they had seen a ghost.
Chloe! You damn woman! You hired these kidnappers to put on a show, didn't you? Just to get my attention, you dragged Sienna into danger?
Chloe, if you really hate me, I can leave. I just want you and Lucas to be okay.
I knew it! This bitch is vicious! She'd do anything for attention! Chloe, you've disappointed us all.
Julian Winters was silent, but his gaze was cold. I looked at them like they were a bunch of clowns. I walked toward Lucas, step by step. He was a head tall than me. But now, there was fear in his eyes.
What are you doing?
I raised my hand and delivered a hard slap. The sharp sound echoed across the open ground. This slap is a lesson for your disrespect. Lucas staggered sideways, half his face swelling instantly.
You dare hit me?
I announced that our engagement is officially over. I call it off unilaterally. The 10% of Winter's shares I gave as an engagement gift, return them within 3 days. From now on, our paths separate forever. I didn't look back at them again. Their furious shouts fainted behind me, but I didn't hear a word. Because I knew The real revenge had just begun. After leaving the abandoned factory, I went to a secluded internet cafe. I turned on the computer. My fingers flew across the keyboard. A black-based illegal website appeared on the screen. Only a handful of people knew its gateway. I typed in a private account code etched deep in my memory. 4 years ago, the Mafia godfather had given it to me personally. He said, "This is proof of who you are." The page loaded. In my contact list, Bluebird was blinking. I'm back. I typed a message and sent it.
Boss? Oh my god, boss? You're not dead? You're really alive?
Bluebird was my most trusted contact outside the Mafia. Even the Mafia godfather didn't know he existed. After I fell 2 years ago, he was the only one still secretly searching for me. Tell me everything that happened in the Mafia these 2 years. The more detail, the better.
Boss, less than 2 days after you went missing, a bloody civil war broke out. The Godfather disappeared. Black Snake, Wind Wolf, some died, some fled. And Angie, that little girl you treated like a sister. Kane Shaw locked her in the black prison, tortured day and night. She was barely alive.
I stared at the name Angie on the screen. My nails dug deep in my palms. Angie was the only light I had ever found in the dark underworld. She was my only family left in the Mafia. Kane Shaw, Carter Lewis. Just wait. Bluebird also told me that Wind Wolf was alive. He had escaped the Mafia and was now hiding in a military academy right here in Haven City, under the alias Death God. After leaving the internet cafe, I returned to the Winters villa. The sky was just beginning to lighten, but the living room lights were still on. In the living room, Quentin Winters was fussing over Sienna. My 3 brothers sat around them. The moment they saw me, their smiles turned to disgust.
You ungrateful daughter! You dare come back?
I walked into the dining room expressionlessly and sat down. This is my home. Why wouldn't I dare come back?
Let me ask you, on what grounds are you taking back the Winters shares from the Collins family? Do you have any idea this will ruin the relationship between our families?
Taking back what's mine is only natural. Not just the 10% I gave to the Collins family. I want the remaining 40% back too.
Chloe, don't push it! This family doesn't belong to you alone. Exactly. Dad has run this company for decades. What gives you the right to take it back?
Quentin's eyes darkened for a second. Suddenly his expression softened, and his tone turned gentle.
Chloe, we're family. Don't be so extreme. Your mother said back then that you could only inherit the shares when you had the ability to stand on your own. How about this? As long as you can graduate from the Royal Military Academy and prove you can protect yourself, I will return all the shares to you. Deal?
Yeah, Chloe. We're just looking out for you.
I stood up, wiped my mouth, and walked toward the staircase. Fine, but I won't be attending any self-defense classes. Those are for beginners.
Within 3 days, I will graduate from the Royal Military Academy. When that happens, have the share transfer agreements ready.
What? Graduate in 3 days?
The next morning, I returned to the Royal Military Academy. The roar of the martial arts assessment echoed across the training ground, but I didn't join the crowd. I headed straight to the VIP reception room that director had prepared for his distinguished guest. The international martial arts master known as Death God resided there. I pushed the door open. Wind Wolf was sitting on the sofa, legs crossed. The moment he saw me, he froze. Wind Wolf's eyes reddened, and he dropped to his knees.
Princess? Is it really you? You're truly alive.
Get up and talk. I closed the door. Windwolf lowered his voice and reported on the Mafia's situation over the past 2 years. He told me about the death of Black Snake, about the Godfather's disappearance, about Angie being locked in the Black Prison and tortured day and night. I listened, my nails digging deep into my palms. Angie, the little girl who had seen me as her only family, was now suffering a fate worse than death.
Princess, what do we do next?
First, establish a foothold here. I will graduate within 3 days and take back the Winter's shares. You stay undercover. I'll contact you when there's a mission. I came out of the reception room. The combat assessment on the training field was reaching its climax. Lucas kicked a punching bag 4 meters into the air, earning thunderous applause. Sienna leaned against him, and Autumn was egging them on. I meant to walk past, but then I heard Sienna's hypocritical words.
I'm just the Winter's illegitimate daughter. Surely my brothers will inherit the family business, and also my sister Chloe.
I stopped in my tracks and let out a cold laugh.
Since you know you're the illegitimate daughter, you could live up to your words and get the hell out of the Winters family.
The crowd erupted. All eyes turned to me. Lucas rushed over, his face dark with anger.
Chloe, are you insane? The Death God is right here. You dare cause trouble on this occasion?
I'm here to see the director, not you. Get lost. Just then, the director walked out with Windwolf. Windwolf saw me and almost called out Princess again. A single look from me stopped him.
Director, I formally challenge you. I will defeat you right here, right now.
The entire academy froze for a moment, then erupted in thunderous laughter. No one believed a failure like me could beat the director.
Ha, is she crazy? Challenge the director?
I think she's desperate for attention.
Behind the crowd, Sienna quietly took out her phone and sent text messages to several media outlets. The director didn't agree to my challenge on the spot. He frowned and said the official match would be at the gymnasium in 3 days. But today, the academy had a field combat training exercise.
Everyone must participate. The results will directly affect your graduation scores. 3 blank rounds each. The rules: jungle warfare. The longer you survive, the higher your score.
The students groaned in despair, but Sienna seized the opportunity to recruit classmates. Using her reputation as Haven City's top genius girl, to quickly form a large team.
Chloe, why don't you join us? We're family. We can look out for each other.
I'm worried you might be in danger alone.
I don't need a team.
Chloe, I know you're doing this to get my attention, but it only makes me despise you more. Don't think a few tricks will win me back.
I ignored him. Soon, dozens of students were flown by helicopter to a wilderness dozens of miles outside the city. From above, the dense forest stretched endlessly. Sienna led her large force charging deep into the forest. They scrambled and shoved, terrified of falling behind. I, on the other hand, took my time finding a large rock on the outskirts and lay down on it, closing my eyes to sleep. Instructor Danica, watching through the drone feed, stamped her feet in anger. But on the judging panel, an old veteran named General Clark, sent from the State Military Command, narrowed his eyes.
That Chloe! What does she think she's doing? Everyone else is fighting for their lives, and she's just sleeping!
This little girl. Interesting.
Half an hour later, 10 retired military instructors entered the jungle and began frilling the students. Anyone eliminated by an instructor scored 0. Almost every student rushed deep into the forest, terrified of being caught, but I was still laying on that rock. The instructors reached the outskirts and spotted me immediately. A young upskater exceedingly rushed over.
Ha! A freebie! The first elimination is mine!
Calmly and unharriedly, I raised my pistol and aimed it at him, the corners of my twoth slightly upturned. Instructor, do you want your own team member to be the first one eliminated? The young instructor's smile froze on his face. The lead instructor gave me a deep look, then waved his hand.
Let's go.
They turned and left, continuing deeper into the forest. Only after their figures completely disappeared did I sit up from the rock, brush off the dust, and walk into the woods at an unhaping pace. Meanwhile, Sienna's team encountered a hare. Lucas fired several arrows before finally taking it down. The crowd cheered as if they had already won. But I didn't join in the excitement. I had been watching the drone in the sky. The supply drop point was just ahead. A drone descended slowly, a small wooden crate dangling beneath it. I leaped into the air, caught the supply crate cleanly, and bolted. Behind me, shouts erupted one after another. Sienna's team and another team both gave chase. No one expected that I, this failure, would become the target everyone was fighting over.
Miss Winters, I'm with you!
Kyle Lowe, a male cadet with above-average grades. He could tell I wasn't ordinary. I didn't refuse him. Because I knew that in the jungle ahead, an extra pair of hands might not be a burden. Night fell. Kyle and I chose a high ground to set up camp. Kyle was starving and rummaged around for wild fruit.
Miss Winters, shouldn't we find something to eat first? I'm about to pass out.
I picked up 2 stones and squatted down to rub them together.
Not yet. With fire comes food and survival.
The 2 stones ground against each other. Sparks flew. Dry grass ignited. The moment the flames rose, a low wolf howl echoed from the distance.
Wolves. There are wolves.
I picked up a few pebbles and stared calmly at the glowing green eyes, approaching in the darkness. Stay quiet. The first wolf lunged. I flicked my wrist, the pebble shot into its eye like a bullet. The wolf screamed, collapsed, and rolled wildly. I rushed forward, picked up a large rock, and slammed it down hard on the wolf's head. Die. Crack. The sound of bone shattering rang clear in the night air.
You did that with your bare hands?
I didn't answer. I skinned the wolf with my bare hands, gutted it, skewered the meat on branches, and roasted it over the fire. Fat dripped into the flames, illuminating my cold profile. In the distance, General Clark Turinly stood up from the drone monitor, his voice trembling.
This is no ordinary cadet. This is a born warrior.
The wilderness combat training ended, and all the students returned to the base. Instructor Dan Danica stood before the formation with a dark expression, holding the score sheet.
First place, Chloe Winters.
What? First place is Chloe?
The entire training ground fell silent. Those who had once mocked me as a failure now all lowered their heads. Not a single person dared to meet my eyes. Sienna stood among the crowd, her smile long gone, replaced by twisted jealousy. Lucas' face was darker than the bottom of a pot. He refused to believe that the woman he had once looked down on had actually taken first place.
Just then, General Clark from the State Military Command stood up from the judging panel and walked over to me.
Cadet Chloe Winters, on behalf of the State Military Command, I formally invite you to join us. With your abilities, your future is boundless.
What? General Clark from the State Command wants to personally invite her to join?
The training ground fell silent once more. The State Military Command, a place countless cadets dreamed of. Everyone was waiting for me to nod. Thank you for your kindness, General Clark. But I have more important things to do.
What a pity.
The whole training ground erupted in shock.
What did she just say? She actually refused?
Sienna was practically going insane. The state command she had dreamed of joining, I had just casually refused. And I left the base without looking back. The day of the challenge against the director arrived. The gymnasium was packed with students and reporters, cameras pointed toward the ring. The media outlets Sienna had contacted in advance had already set up their equipment waiting to see me humiliated. In the crowd, a smug smile curled on her lip. The director stood in the center of the ring, his voice deep.
Chloe, it's not too late to admit defeat. Fists have no eyes. It's not worth getting hurt.
No need. The director wasted no more words. He threw a punch. The fist cut through the air with a whistling sound, shockingly fast. Just as the fist was about to hit me, I sidestepped. The punch brushed past my ear. At the same time, I raised my right foot and kicked the director square in the chest. The director flew backward and crashed heavily onto the floor below the ring. The dull thud silenced the entire gymnasium. The director struggled to his feet, clutching his chest, and made his announcement.
I lost. Chloe, you are the first student in the history of the Royal Military Academy to graduate by defeating the director.
I took the diploma, looked at no one, turned, and walked out of the gymnasium. Half an hour later, I went straight to the Wintz Group building. In the conference room, Quentin Wintz was meeting with the shareholders. I pushed the door open and slapped the diploma onto the conference table.
You ungrateful daughter! What are you barging in here for?
The diploma. The 3-day agreement. I've done it. Now, give me back the shares. Chloe, Dad hasn't even spoken yet. How can you... Shut up. You have no say here.
Chloe, don't push it. The shares are Dad's life's work. What gives you the right to just take them?
I swept a cold glance over my 3 brothers and let out a sneer. Because these shares were my mother's, legacy to me. Because you all agreed to it. And because I've earned the right.
Chloe, the share issue can still be discussed.
No discussion. Either you sign, or I let the lawyers take the legal route. The one who ends up humiliated will be the Winters family. The conference room fell into dead silence. The shareholders whispered among themselves, none daring to speak. Quentin's hand trembled. Finally, he picked up the pen.
I'll sign.
Quentin signed with trembling hands and pushed the share transfer agreement toward me. Sienna bit her lip, her eyes red. My 3 brothers turned their faces away, unable to look at me. And the 10% with the Collins family. I'll personally retrieve it within 3 days. I picked up the share documents and walked out. Behind me came the sound of Quentin smashing a glass. But I didn't look back. After taking back the shares, I didn't stop. To fight the Mafia, I needed to expand my power. The underground black market of Haven City was where the gangs gathered. It was a rough place. Guns, drugs, intelligence, anything could be bought.
You scum from Uzo! Today you die!
I didn't detour. I walked right between the two groups. My calm demeanor caught the attention of the West Side Gang's leader, Vincent Young.
You are the Chloe Winters who's been making waves lately?
Something on your mind?
I see you have exceptional skills. Why not join my West Side Gang? I can guarantee you wealth and glory.
You want me to join? Fine. But I only play as queen. You step down. Vincent froze. His men reached for their guns, but he raised a hand to stop them.
Vincent greets the new boss.
He was a good judge of people. He knew I wasn't ordinary. The news that I had taken over the West Side Gang soon spread far and wide. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Angel of Death Gang, under the orders of the Mafia, had already begun secretly hunting me down. An even bigger storm was brewing. Carter, the Mafia traitor, had come to Haven City. The Angel of Death Gang threw a Southridge Speedway race in his honor. I put on a racing suit, strapped on a helmet, and entered as a female driver. On the track, Carter was far ahead. He spotted the only female driver behind him in his rearview mirror and sneered into his radio.
Don't cry when you lose.
I said nothing. I floored the accelerator. My car shot forward like an arrow, overtaking dozen vehicles in a row. Carter saw someone closing in from his mirror. His expression shifted, then he smirked. He deliberately slowed down, trying to run me off the cliff. A curve lay ahead, the cliff's edge just beside the road. His car was pushed over the cliff. Seconds later, a massive explosion echoed through the valley. Flames shot into the sky. I stopped the car, took off my helmet, walked to the cliff's edge, and spoke coldly into the abyss. This is the first strike. Behind me, the roar of other race cars grew closer. I didn't look back. I put my helmet back on and crossed the finish line. The championship was mine. At the bottom of the cliff, the moonlight was dim. I returned to the wrecked race car and checked the body inside. I had just turned around when suddenly a hand grabbed me from behind. I reflexively sidestepped to dodge and whipped around with a kick. The mysterious man easily dodged it and threw a punch in return. The two of us clashed in the moonlight for over a dozen moves evenly matched. I took half a step back and narrowed my eyes. Ethan?
Long time no see, young mistress of the Mafia.
You came to kill me?
Kill you? I'm not interested in that right now.
Then what do you want?
Cooperation.
Cooperation? We're mortal enemies. Have you forgotten that you almost died by my hand?
I haven't forgotten. You almost died by mine too. But that's all in the past.
Give me a reason.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. You hate the Mafia, and so do I. Our goals align.
Why should I trust you?
You don't have to trust me. But you're weak and alone right now, and I can help you.
I don't need your help. Ethan stood where he was and called out to my retreating figure.
You'll need me. I'll wait for your call.
My footsteps hesitated for a moment, but I didn't look back. Soon I disappeared into the night. Ethan smiled and turned to leave as well.
On the highway leading back to the city,
I was driving.
when suddenly several cars blocked the road ahead horizontally.
I hit the brakes and scanned my surroundings.
An ambush.
From the darkness, over 100 armed members of the Angel of Death surged forward. Bullets raining down like a downpour. I rolled to the side of the road and took cover behind a tin box. Damian Davis watched the scene through the monitor screen, looking smug.
Chloe, today there's no way you'll escape.